What's your best post that you've come up with in like the last 3 months?
Oh gosh. Like that I think is the best post or that has
Well,
gotten the best engagement.
let's say like a healthy combination of both.
Oh my gosh, I
Like, it
really
can't, like, for example, that post that I just said, I would not consider that my best post because it bombed so badly. So like it would have to be
Oh,
something that you feel like was good and also had a pretty good
okay.
performance.
So my best one that I was really proud of that did well and I was like, all right, this is I'm trying to find it. This is different. I think it's like the same message just put in a different way was nine behaviors that aren't a badge of honor. So that one
Mm.
got a lot of comments, a lot of likes. Wow. Now that I'm looking at it, a ton of saves.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, the reach was good when it like comes to the amount of people that followed me to not follow me. Here I am looking at analytics. What am I
Don't look
doing?
at your analytics. Can you do this for me, Marcy? Can you read the post, or at least give us a gist of the post, and then we'll talk about it. We'll analyze it. We'll do like a dissection of the Instagram post, and maybe we can give a little bit more value and give more even larger
Sure.
big picture context to this.
Okay, so 6 behaviors that aren't a badge of honor. Number 1, surviving on little sleep, not taking days off from your workouts, living off of very low calories, being so sore from your workouts, having no hunger in the morning, always being busy.
Yeah, so it's like you're describing my day.
Well, and I said like what I said in the post was, or the first sentence in the caption was, let me start by saying I've worn every single one of these badges myself on all of them at the same time. I think I
Yeah.
need to like make this like 9 behaviors that aren't a badge of honor because there's probably some other ones that I can add to that.
Yeah, but you're never gonna hit everything. But like all of these could be like a specific, like every single one of these behaviors could literally be their own post or their own
Oh
podcast.
yeah. 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 So there's that. And like I'm trying to come up with another one that is like things to stop doing. And that's the only problem with Instagram too, is like sometimes getting the title, like especially for a swipe post or an infographic, it's harder for a swipe post than it is an infographic because people actually have to, you have to grab their attention with the title before they start swiping. So at
Right.
least with
It's like a
the
news headline.
infographic, yeah, at least with the infographic, like they can see it all on the same page. But the one that I want to work on soon is, yeah, like however many things to stop doing. And it's more so for women, but like people pleasing, self-deprecating, not being able to accept compliments. So that's not really self-deprecation, but if I say to someone, or if I said to you like, wow, Jonny, your hair looks really great. Be like, oh no, it doesn't. Like, stop that.
It's funny. I was just reminded when I was at visiting in Pennsylvania. One of my female friends, actually one of the very same friends who dyed my hair red, was asking when she goes to me and she goes, you know, you're starting to kind of get a receding hairline.
Oh no.
And I'm
Oh
like,
no. Who says that?
I know. Well, we're pretty good friends, so I feel like we can kind of be honest with each other. And I was like, my reaction was kind of like that.
Oh man.
Really? Like, what are you talking about? I mean, she might be right. I was looking at it because I mentioned it to someone else, and they're like, you know what? She's kind of right. And I was like, fuck, great, that's happening already.
How old are you?
I'm 30. I'm turning 31 in like a month and a half.
When's your birthday?
December 6th.
Okay. All right. In
Please don't
January.
buy me a toupee for my birthday.
I won't. Aging is tough, man. I don't
Send me a toupee for my birthday. That would be the funny.
I would not do that to you.
I would do it to me though. That's the thing.
So anyway, yeah, that like going back to that post, I mean, it's what everybody struggles with. The badge of honor thing, thinking like, oh, look at me working so hard when really all it's doing is burning you out.
So you feel like people kind of like thinking of these things as like a positive is kind of like holding them back or making their experience much worse than it could or should be.
Well, absolutely. It's like, oh, I'll sleep when I'm dead. And who needs sleep? I'm just going to burn the candle at both ends and work until 11 o'clock at night so I can be productive and, like check all the boxes, because that's, I think, how a lot of people find value in themselves, and like their self-worth is how much they can get done during the day. So like lack of sleep also being tied to busyness. But then we know that leads to burnout, and sleep is one of the, if not the most foundational health habits for your overall well-being. And also, if you are trying to make progress towards really any goal, whether it's a business goal, a fitness or a physique goal, like if you are not getting adequate sleep, like good luck being as productive as possible, as clear-headed as possible, consistent, whatever the thing is that you need to do to really make that progress. Like if you're not sleeping well, you're making things way harder on yourself.
What's your experience with lack of sleep? Have you ever had a period of time where you just aren't getting good enough sleep?
Oh, years. Like I would call it insomnia off and on for a very long time. It's better now. I still, and here's the thing, like it's what I did. And one of the reasons why I even created this post is because that was me like starting in college, and I drove myself into the ground. I tanked my hormones. I really compromised my health. Hello, autoimmune disease, when I was 22. And then I've been digging myself out of that hole ever since. And I know that I still have long lasting repercussions from like what I did. So that being said, as it like how it affects my sleep, I think that I still have some hormonal some like cortisol issues and maybe some other things that make it so I do not sleep well all the time. It's better now. Like my health has really improved over, I would say, the past year or so. So I'm sleeping better than I used to, but when I was working in person as a trainer, I would have to get up at, 5:30, maybe earlier sometimes, to be at the gym by 6. And I remember Jonny like waking up in the middle of the night, let's say 1, 2 in the morning, and just being wide awake, staring at the ceiling for hours.
So have you ever tried using like a sleep tracker app or anything like that? What's been your experience with that type of thing?
I have not. And I really do want to get one of those Oura rings. I'm interested in that. So maybe ask for it for Christmas.
One of my clients was big into those, and that she actually gave me like this link, it was like a year or two ago, that was like for 50% off of like one of those. But
wow.
I never bought it, and I have no idea what I did with that link. But I think it was like she was a doctor, and I think she got like some type of like special promo on them or something like that.
Well, because it shows you not only how many hours did you sleep, but like how many hours were you in deep sleep? How often did you wake up in the middle of the night? So I've been like deep diving into this guy, Andrew Huberman's podcast and his YouTube videos or Instagram content. He is a neuroscientist at Stanford, and like the guy is he's a genius, and he talks a lot about sleep. And he said, and this actually made me feel better because I
don't like his haircut.
What?
I don't like his haircut.
Why?
It's too square.
Oh, I think oh my gosh, I have such a huge crush on him.
Oh man. Oh, let's get him on the podcast. Your podcast.
Yeah.
Well,
and
you don't
I
have a podcast. Well, you kind of have a podcast. Your podcast with other people.
Yeah, I know. I would love to get him on my podcast.
You have a quarter of a podcast.
I have a podcast. Stop that. So, but yeah, no, he's only like 45 minutes from me. And I'm like, pay attention to me, Andrew Huberman. Like, I like all his stuff. I, tag him in things. But anyway, so he did a podcast recently about sleep, and he was saying that it actually is normal and there's a difference between common and normal. I think a lot of people get that screwed up. So it is common to, be bloated after meals. It's not normal. It's common to, wake up multiple times in the middle of the night. It's not normal. I always thought that it was not normal to wake up in the middle of the night. And so I put a lot of pressure on myself. Well, maybe pressure is not the word, but I had a lot of kind of like
anxiety about it.
Anxiety, yes. Like, okay, why am I waking up in the middle of the night? Why can't I just sleep fully for the full 7 to 8 hours? Because like sometimes I'll, wake up and go to the bathroom and all that. And he was like, no, it's totally normal.
I was gonna say, it's the same mentality we try and steer clients away from each other, away from what we're thinking. Like, there must be something wrong with me because X is happening, right? And I feel like we sometimes we try and look for too many of those opportunities instead of looking for
Totally.
like opportunities for improvement. It's more like just looking at like, well, what's wrong? What do I got to fix? And it's like it's not always. I don't know that always solves the problem, actually.
Right. No, I completely agree with that. And it just creates more neuroticism and stress, overwhelm, and we know how detrimental that is on our health for so many reasons. So
So have you
yeah, hearing
tried?
that, huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, so hearing him say that, like, it really did kind of give me peace of mind